Hey class, welcome back. Let's get into example 2 here where C is negative. So you can see I've circled C in red. We got some Easter colors going here. We got some pink and green. Hope y'all are planning on an Easter egg hunt or something fun coming up this weekend. So, well, that's not as easy, but at least maybe in your house. So what we did here, if C is negative, we do the same exact procedure. So as you can see, I did 3 times -6. I'll just make this clear that it is a multiplication sign. So 3 times -6 equals -18. And so -18 splits into 3 different sets of factors, which I took a look at here. So -3 times 6, -3 plus 6 is -3. Which is not equal to this number in the middle, -7. Then we have -17, or -18 times 1, that's -17. Again, not equal to -7. And then we have -9 times 2, which it gets us -18. So -9 plus 2, that does equal -7. So again, what we did was multiply first and last, 2. See which two numbers that when we multiply them to get that number, -18, add up to that middle term. Add to middle term. So again, -9 plus 2 equals this -7 middle term. Then we separate those out and we factor. Right? So what we did was we separated those out. So 3n squared minus 9n plus 2n minus 6. I went ahead and grouped those with the sets of parentheses right here. And then I factored. So I pulled 3n out. So 3n times n and 3n times -3 gets us 3n squared minus 9n plus 2 times n plus 2 times -3 gets us 2 times n minus 3. So again, you have the common factor of n minus 3. So we end up with 3n plus 2 and n minus 3 as a final answer. Now, if we FOILed this, first, outer, inner, last, this answer right here would get us straight back to this answer right here. So this is the exact same thing we just did, except with a negative C value. Awesome. All right, last thing. We're talking about factoring, and we're combining these two concepts into one thing. So factoring, right? We're looking for the term in common of all 3 of these terms. From the beginning, let's start with 1. Well, of course, 1 goes into all of them, but that's not going to be in common. That's not going to help us. It'll just be the same. Let's look at 2. Does 2 go into 18? Yes, 2 times 9 is 18. Does it go into 33? Not evenly. 2 is not going to work. Let's look at 3. Does 3 go into 18? Yes, 3 times 6 is 3. Does 3 go into 33? Yes. 3 times 11 is 33. Does 3 go into -30? Yes. 3 times -10, -30. So we're going to go ahead and pull out 3 as a factor. And this should be 6x squared. Sorry about that. So we should have 3 times 6x squared plus 11x minus 10. Okay? Now, this looks like something we can work with. Looks super familiar. We have a trinomial, and all we got to do now is factor it like we did before. So we take and we multiply. Let's see. We take and we multiply that first term and that last term. So we get -60. And then we're going to pull out the two factors of -60 that when we multiply them, let's look at positive 15 and -4, that when we multiply them, they're going to get us to 60. They're also going to add up to this number in the middle, plus 11. So now, going back to pink, we just move this 1 down, and now we go ahead and separate this out. So 6x squared plus 15x minus 4x minus 10. Again, if we just go ahead and factor the two common factors out of this, we're going to have 3 2x times 2x plus 5, and you guessed it, minus 4 times, sorry, not 4, that doesn't go into both of them, minus 2 times 2x plus 5. Okay, so it looks like a lot of parentheses, it looks confusing. Let's break it down. So we have these 2x plus 5 factors, and now we still have a 3 out here on the outside that needs to track down the entire way. And now we have 3 times 3x minus 2 times 2x plus 5. So again, to group this and the minus 2 right there, and we still have the 2x minus 5. It is a common factor. So that would be your final answer, and that's acceptable on a quiz or however you do it. So that's everything for today. I anticipate there are going to be some questions, so I'm going to go ahead and put this up. There will be some additional Khan Academy help, and if you need anything,